Willie Mae Blake was born June 30th, circa 1916. There's no official record, but info given by the 1920 census shows that it was around that time that she may have been born. This was just 51 years after slavery had been abolished and many years before Jim Crow was prohibited. Her mother was Miss Amanda Blake. She was a housemaker and known to be a really good cook. She was said to be born of Native American descent. She wore a long braid in her hair that many admired. Her father, Arthur Blake, did work on the railroad and he owned a car. Willie Mae was the third sibling out of 6. She had 2 brothers and 3 sisters. Miss Willie Mae had an education that went up to the 5th grade, as most around that time. However, this did not stop her from doing many things. Here are some events from 1916. The first 40-hour work week began. The U.S. presidential election happened, where Woodrow Wilson became president. Some cool facts from 1916. There were no refrigerators, so they had to use ice boxes. There was no washing machines or dryers. They used a wooden stove to cook with, and there was no electricity, so they used lanterns to see. In the adult life of Miss Willie Mae, she liked putting together puzzles, and her best friends were Miss Lorraine Clark and Miss Ollie Mae Jackson, who was a close neighbor. Miss Willie Mae married Earl Jackson in 1936 and later gave birth to Stanley Jackson, her first son. In her mid-40s, she had 2 more children, Antonio and Sonia Brock. In between that time, she took care of many children, taking children in and raising them up, which is how she got the name Mama Mae. Miss Willie Mae had many jobs in the caretaker field. She worked as a caretaker for mentally challenged children, as a foster grandparent, an elderly caretaker, in a school cafeteria, and cleaning houses. She lived most of her adult life in Savannah and Richmond Hill, Georgia. However, she also spent some time in Delaware, Cocoa, Florida, and Jacksonville, Florida. Miss Willie Mae grew up Baptist, then later converted to a Seventh-day Adventist, attending a church in Cocoa for many years. Now, Miss Willie Mae resides in Jacksonville, Florida, with her daughter, granddaughters, great-grandson, and family friends. She has learned to work a smartphone and has even had some participation in current technology such as Facebook, Zoom, and FaceTime. She often cooks meals for her loved ones and talks on the phone with others daily. She still manages to care for her family and puts a smile on many people's faces. Please help me in celebrating the life of this strong, resilient, and blessed woman.